Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary and I live in Indiana with my husband Nick and our two Boston Terriers, Albert and Edie. And today's video is a little bit about me. I did a 25 things about me video last fall, I think, but I've gotten a lot of new subscribers since then, so I wanted to do something like that but Disney style. So I made this question list of Disney kid bucket list items or something like that. So I'm just gonna talk about Disney. So if that sounds good, stick around. So the first little section is about the Disney parks. The first question is, which park did you visit first? And that would be Magic Kingdom. I have a fairly old photo of me and my sister in front of the castle, but our first trip was during the 25th anniversary of Disney World Magic Kingdom. And and so the castle was in a cake overlay. So apparently a lot of people were not very happy about that, since a lot of people probably took their first trips that year and they didn't actually get to see the castle. So I don't remember caring. I thought it was cool, but I could see where parents might be upset that they spent all this money and their kids didn't get to see Cinderella Castle in its purest form. So I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool, but I will say I don't think I had as much of an emotional connection. The second time that we went, I think, was in the 2000s, early 2000s, like my high school time, and the castle was like its normal self, and I remember just feeling like it was really, really magical. So I do think the cake kind of took away from that, but it was neat anyway. Yeah, so that was my first visit. The next question is, how many parks have you visited? And I've only been to Walt Disney World in Florida. I've been to all 4 of their parks. And then I went to Disneyland and California Adventure in Anaheim once. Do you know how many times you've been to a Disney park? I had to write these down. So the first trip was in like 95, 96, and then the second trip was in early 2000s. And then my third trip was for the Disney College program. So I did that my freshman year, I believe, which I don't think was a very good idea. I didn't have the best experience. I've seen lots of people on YouTube that said it was like the best thing ever, and they do like the alumni programs and stuff, and they loved it, and I did not love it. I think if I had been in a different category, I was in quick service food and beverage, and you're just dealing with like really cranky parents, and you're standing out in the hot sun, and I don't know, I just hated it. I didn't like my roommates. I didn't connect with any of them. I just felt very isolated and alone, which is just not really very fun. So in any case, I count that as my third trip. My next trip was amazing. It was in 2007, and I went by myself. No parents, no sister, no friends. It was just me, and it was so good. It was glorious. I actually went again in 2009 all by myself, and just as good. Like, I love going to Disney by myself. You can just do whatever you want, whenever you want. Like, wait in line if you want to, get fast passes if you want to, although I don't think that was a thing in the 2007 and 2009. But in any case, so good. If you like just kind of being by yourself, I mean, you're never really alone in Disney anyway, but I highly recommend going by yourself. I think it's amazing. And then 2014, we made a very special trip after our very first Disney cruise to Magic Kingdom, just for a very short little trip, because if you're in Orlando, you have to go to Disney for as long as you possibly can. We went just for the day, and we were like waiting for our plane to take off in the like late afternoon, and so I was like, we have plenty of time, we'll just, you know, change our bus from taking us back to the airport to taking us to Polynesian, and I'll buy us some tickets. And so we did, and it was awesome. And that was, I guess, technically Nick's first trip to Magic Kingdom, but we were only there for such a short time, and it was kind of rushed, and we were both kind of preoccupied thinking like, when do we need to leave? Is the plane we're gonna miss the plane, whatever. So not the most relaxing 3 hours, but it was really great, and there was nobody there, so we got to do lots of rides, which was super cool. He loved Splash Mountain, which makes me happy because that's my favorite ride. Neither of us care for Space Mountain. He didn't care for Small World, which I totally get. Like, I like it, but it's not for everybody. But in any case, that was one of our trips. And then in 2020, just this year in February, my sister and I went and took her daughter, so kind of full circle, which is cool. And then Disneyland, we went in 2015. We were on a road trip, and I had to stop there because if you're in California, you have to stop. So we did. We were only there for maybe 4 hours. It was a pretty short trip, but totally worth it. I need to go back there though. All we did really was Cars Land and a little bit of California Adventure, and then like Haunted Mansion, and we got a churro. So it wasn't like the fullest trip of all time, but it was still so magical. I can't wait to go back there someday. All right, next question. Have you been during a holiday season or spent a major holiday at Disney Park? A Disney park. So like New Year's, Easter, 4th of July if you're in the US, Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. I have not spent a major holiday in Disney, but I have been for the Halloween season and the Christmas season, and they're both very magical. Christmas is a little like more on the Christmas magical side. Halloween, I think, has the better party with the better parade, but I don't know, they're both wonderful, and I highly suggest both of them. I don't know if I would go on an actual holiday. I think it would be too chaotic, but I've been watching Two Tiny Wings, their videos, and they went for Christmas last year. It doesn't actually look that bad. If you're not going to Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day, it seems like it's pretty decent. So, who have been your favorite characters to meet? My top favorite I always try to meet when I go to Disney is Mary Poppins. She's so amazing. I also really enjoyed meeting Mike and Sully. Sully is so big and fluffy and sweet. I loved meeting him. Mickey is always just a joy to meet. Like, I'm not the biggest Mickey fan. Like, I don't know, I think he's cool and stuff, but I'm not like obsessed with Mickey or anything, but he's just so much fun to meet. All of the like Fab Five are just so cool. Let's see, Stitch. That was a really, really good one. He is just super fun and spunky. I met Pocahontas, which was nice, but a little awkward. Like, I didn't feel like she knew, like, what, I don't know. It wasn't interesting. She was very pretty, but it wasn't like the most engaging meet and greet. I don't know. And then Dr. Facilier was probably one of my favorites. He's super kooky and like he's got the long fingers, and I don't know, he's just like super fun. Plus it was during the Halloween party, which is just an added level of fun. We met Doug and Russell in California, and that was really sweet too. We were like one of the first people in line. Let's see, who are your must-meet characters? I'd really love to meet Carl from Up, but I think he only comes out during DVC things, and I will probably never be a DVC member. Baymax, which he's not hard to meet, I just never have. And then Kevin, I don't understand how to meet Kevin. We saw him on the streets in Animal Kingdom, and the attendant was just kind of like, come on in and take a picture, but there was like a bunch of people around, so it was like, do you take turns? I don't know, it was just too overwhelming for me, so I didn't do it, but I would like to get a picture with Kevin. I also think it'd be cool to meet Mary Poppins with Bert. I think that'd be awesome. Those are some of my bucket list characters to meet. And do you get autographs or pictures? I used to get autographs back in the day, but now I just get pictures. And have you stayed at a Disney resort? Which ones? Yes, we stayed at Shades of Green, which is Disney's military resort, when we went with my dad because he's a retired Navy. That was pretty cool. Not as magical as when we stayed in Art of Animation though. I highly recommend Art of Animation. It was so amazing. I would stay there again in a heartbeat, and it's one of the cheaper resorts. In my bucket list resort would be the Polynesian. I just want to stay there so badly. And have you done backstage tours? I have not, but I was a cast member, so I've seen backstage. So, yeah, but I would love to do Keys to the Kingdom and something else. Is that the one that's, I don't know. There's one in California that I really, really want to do. That's like you get to see all of Walt's old stuff. Plus, I think Disneyland is just a little bit more magical in a nostalgic way. So I really want to do backstage tours there. And I'd love to see like behind the scenes of Haunted Mansion and Splash Mountain. I don't know if you can see those. I think you can. But in any case, I would love to do backstage tour, but I have not. The next sections are not park related. So cruises. I have been on a cruise, one cruise on the Disney Dream. I would love to do another Disney Dream cruise or any of the other ships. I'd love to do an Alaska cruise. I think that'd be super cool. I also saw that they have one that goes from Florida through the Panama Canal and then up to, is either San Diego or Canada. I can't remember how far up north it went, but that sounds really fun. But it's like a 14-day cruise, so that might not happen anytime soon. But yeah, bucket list would be to be on each ship and like check them all off, all 4, and then when they add the Wish, I'll want to go on that one at some point. And then unnamed boat number 6, which I'm putting in my vote that it will be called Believe. Somebody said that in a vlog, and I thought, yeah, that's got to be it. So just, you heard it here. Adventures by Disney, I have not done any of them, but I think they sound so amazing. You can basically have them plan anything for you, like a Disneyland trip, Disney World trip. You can do national park trips, Canada, Washington D.C., Boston. Like almost, like it seems like a lot of places Disney has some sort of connection, and they have like Europe, Africa, Asia, New Zealand, Australia, Europe. Did I say that? I can't remember. In any case, every continent you can do a Disney adventure tour thing. So I think that would take a lot of stress out of planning a trip overseas. I get stressed out just planning a trip to Orlando. So I think if I was going to do that, I might just ask Disney to do it and then have that like buffer so I don't have to think about it too much. I can just go and enjoy it and let somebody else handle the details. So I'd love to do that. And Aulani I have not been, but I would really love to. I have like a 3-year plan of Disney trips for the next 3 years. I don't think they're gonna happen, but I'll link that video above in case you want to see it. It's like cruising, Disney World, and then Aulani. I'd love to do those 3 in the next 3 years. Disney Broadway shows I have seen Lion King twice, Beauty and the Beast, and Mary Poppins, which was on Broadway, like in New York, which was super cool. They're all really, really good. And then the last one's kind of goofy, Disney on Ice. It seems like a bucket list kind of thing. Like, you're not a true Disney fan until you've seen Disney on Ice. So I think that'd be fun to see, but I have not seen Disney on Ice. But I would, for sure. So that is it. This little baby boy wants me to play with him, so I better stop yapping. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this gave you a little insight into me and Disney and all that good stuff. And man, I can't wait to go back. So I can't wait to start seeing new vlogs when it opens up. I just can't wait for all of it. So I hope we get to plan things soon. All of my friends out there, we're just waiting for 2021 basically. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.